Howdy, my name is Madison Carr, and the biofuel that I chose was biogas. What is biogas and its history? Biogas is a renewable fuel source sourced from the decomposition of organic matter, such as animal waste and food scraps. It was originally utilized on small scales in order to fuel things such as for cooking, lighting, and heating. It was also utilized to heat Assyrian bathwaters back in 900 BC. Italian scientist Alessandro Volta discovered methane, which is a byproduct of the decomposition of the organic matter. And in 1859, scientists found that the burning of the methane gas produced the fuel, which is used to fuel things for, such as what I said earlier, cooking, lighting, and heating, which was found due to rotting organic matter within a swamp, leading to the first biogas producer in India. Now they are notably utilized within municipal sewage. And waste and energy concerns led to advancements in technology for biogas production. How is the biological source provided? It is provided in things such as animal manure, rubbish or waste, plant material, food waste, and sewage, which can all be used. Some forms of manure are more efficient and provide higher quality/quantity energy for energy output. And items such as corn or beef provide higher energy density over green stalk vegetables. So it really matters what you feed your animals and thus their manure that they produce. Also, most on-farm digesters accept many forms of waste rather than specifically manure or food waste. How is it produced? Biogas is produced due to anaerobic respiration, which is also known as fermentation. Anaerobic bacteria break down the organic matter within the absence of oxygen, producing CH4, which is methane, and CO2. Without oxygen, these bacteria can't sufficiently produce ATP or other forms of energy as efficiently as aerobic respiration does. They are able to perform glycolysis, as we learned in class, since glycolysis is an anaerobic pathway, but have to perform fermentation for the steps after. Certain factors, such as temperature, time or intensity, and pH, can affect the production of biogas. These microorganisms prefer temperatures above 18 degrees Celsius and a pH range of 6.6 to 7.5. Is biogas widely available? It is not as widely available as other forms of biofuel, such as ethanol and diesel, due to the current inability for large-scale efficient production, since it's mainly used on small-scale production. The U.S. has over 2,200 operational sites. We do have some in every state within our country. Within the UK, there are 109 biogas plants. However, China is the leading world user of biogas, with an estimated 50 million households utilizing it. The impact on the carbon footprint and on climate. Biogas has significantly lowered the carbon footprint versus other biofuels and is great for the environment. Biogas energy emits between negative 81 and 251 grams of carbon dioxide per kWh, which is significantly lower than that of solid biomass, which is like wood or coal, other than all types of fuel. It could reduce global climate change emissions by 20%, which is tremendous. And we hope that for the U.S. is to grow the biogas industry, which has the potential of producing 103 trillion kilowatt hours of electricity every year, while also reducing emissions equaling the removal of 117 million cars. Along with reducing the carbon footprint, with the microorganisms digesting the organic matter produce a nutrient-rich fertilizer, which allows for us to utilize less chemical-based fertilizers, which is great, so we won't be killing our plants, basically. And since biogas is dependent on the decomposition of organic matter, it saves the trees. We don't have to cut down the trees while they're still alive. We wait until they die in order to use them. The economic impact of biogas is that on a small scale, it's relatively cheap and easily done. One can utilize their own food scraps or animal manure, which is generally free, since we all eat food and the majority of us have animals and our animals poop. In turn, this gas that is produced can be utilized for cooking or heating or electricity, as stated earlier. Building the power plants require lower capital investments and can create green jobs, which is great. But there aren't many technological advancements within it, and creating more would be costly. And we haven't found a way for it to be suitable for large-scale / densely populated areas. It's more utilized on rural areas and like farming areas. The environmental impact is that it reduces soil and water pollution, produces organic fertilizer, and it recycles manure, among other things. The communication of use. Our world is facing a crisis due to the amount of waste being produced and lack of resources that are able to combat our ever-growing population and emissions. We've been searching for a renewable energy source that is efficient and not costly, that is able to decrease such things, so many companies are calling for the input of biogas plants / waste management sources. Companies such as EQ Tech and Omafra are calling for ways to reduce our carbon footprint and increase sustainable biogas production measures. My analysis and future plan. I believe that biogas is a great renewable energy source, and we should be inputting more of our time and money into creating more biogas plants. It decreases our carbon footprint and combats climate change, which we really need right now. Our population is growing exponentially, and there's no end in sight. We're just going to keep growing. And with the lack of counteraction, we'll further damage our only home until Elon Musk moves us to Mars. But I don't think that will happen in our lifetime. I would increase the technology and research in order to advance the large-scale production so that we're able to use it in densely populated areas rather than just on a small scale. Or I would also increase the amount of plants that are producing the biogas. On a small-scale production, however, I would enforce people to separate their food waste or other organic matter to be utilized, or give them a biogas producing mechanism that can be utilized within a home in order to generate our own power, which could be really great for us. Well, that was all. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and that was about biogas. Here are the citations if you want to read more. Thank you.